Hi, this is Dee of Dee Scrapbooks and welcome to my channel. I am sharing my January 2020 layouts. Again, this is January 2020 layouts and it is a layout share. This is going to be quick and easy and painless. Most of these projects are created for BYSS Facebook group, which is Bash Your Scrapbook Stash. I'm a moderator there and they have tons of challenges and ideas and activities for you to do to bash your stash without having to spend any money. So I am shopping my store in my own house, especially now with what's going on. So this is my first layout I wanted to share. It's a PL and I'm really excited because I was able to get all these photos in here, and these are L Studio cards for the most part. My next layout, I can't remember whose paper this was, but I remember those Doodlebug alphabet. This is another 2-pager, and this was a Felicity Jenkins. I just love their stuff. And I also got a whole bunch of photos in this layout, 7 full-size photos. So that was pretty good. This is also another 2-page layout. And this one is also Felicity Jane. I love their stuff. And you could get so much done with their projects. This is also one of their PL cards. And this is for a RIP challenge on BYSS. This is also another 2-pager. And this one, I use those green bright cards from L Studio because of the green background, so that it wouldn't overpower the whole page. So I hope you see that it looks toned down on the screen and you don't see it as bright and distracting. Once again, another 2-pager, and these were the professional photos that we got done, and you know they all have labels and dates and tags, and I didn't want to mess with that, so I just put a tiny little PL card and some thickers on there. This is also another 2-pager, and this is Pebbles, and these are L Studio, I'm pretty sure, but 8 photos. This is another 2-pager, and this is my grandson dressing up the Build-A-Bear, and there are 5 photos, and this again is Pebbles. I'm pretty sure that this is Doodlebug. I am on a Thickers bash, so I'm trying to get all my titles done with thicker alphabet, so we'll see how far I get this year. But these are my 2 boys, my oldest and my youngest. My middle son is not here, and my only grandson. And I got 7 photos on the layout. I am not a big 2-pager person, so this is huge that I have this many layouts with 2 pages. But I was trying to finish up 2018 and I had a ton of pictures from trips. So they were lots of photos, so the only way to bash that was to make them into 2-page layouts. So if you look, these 5 are not regular size. I think I cut them down to 4x4, and then 3 more, and these are regular sized. So I actually got 8 photos on that one, and these are L Studio cards. This is a 1-pager, and I am pretty sure this is Felicity Jane, and this was my haul from my birthday shopping trip in St. Pete. This is from Universal Studios, and you can see I cut up my little, this one's a Spider-Man sticker, but I usually cut them out of the papers. And I used red, white, and blue that I think was 4th of July paper. So I always like to use those kind of tricks, you know, the color scheme versus what the theme actually was. This is some Prima that I got a while back, and this is a church that we saw, cathedral in New Orleans. This is my mom and my two little ones, and this I know is Felicity Jane. I love these chipboard shapes that came in one of their kits for one of their months. This is another Felicity Jane, except for the title, which I'm sure is Heidi Swapp. This is also Felicity Jane, and this is my youngest with one of those filters, and these are Felicity Jane cards as well. This is Kaiser Craft. Love their stuff too. This was a sketch that I found on Pinterest. I was a little bit different, but I was intrigued. Not my usual style, but I think it works. This is my youngest, and this is some really old Prima that I found in my stash. And I backed it on some craft paper. I haven't backed anything on craft paper in a long time, so it was nice to do that. This one is also really old Prima paper. And then I inked all the edges, and I just really messed it up, and then I sprayed it, and I did a whole bunch of stuff here. I love to do these shapes, trace shapes, and then decorate the edges. And this is my youngest. This is one of the American Craft lines. Can't remember which. I know this is Vicky Boutin, and I know this is a Thickers, and this is my daughter again with one of her filters when she makes her face up. This I created with Felicity Jane, and this again is my youngest. And then I put a pocket, and I took a card and put the journaling. I love to tuck away my journaling. And then I put these vellum hearts on top of the word note, so it, you know, it's hidden and nobody can see it, but it does have a turn so family members can access it way after I'm gone. This is also some of that Felicity Jane I just used on that layout. And this is for my daughter's last dinner before she left to go to college for her junior year. My two grandkids and my son and his girlfriend. And I usually use white as a background, so this is very common for me. Oh my gosh, this is some really old Lily Bee. They don't exist anymore. Another trick I like to use is I outline and use marker to do this. I am not a go find twine and thread and take your time to glue it all down kind of girl. I don't have that kind of patience, so I will just doodle it on. This is also Felicity Jane. I'm sure this is a Vicky Boutin thicker. And this is again one of those professional shots. Another professional shot, but these are PL cards from Felicity Jane, because I'm trying to bash one of my goals this year is to bash my PL cards. So my goal is to use up 1,200 this year. So you're gonna see them all over the place. This is another one that I was bashing my PL, but it was also my goals for 2020. I am one of those listers that actually needs to make lists and be able to cross things off and check things off, and it just helps me accomplish my goals. It's something psychological, and I use these little cards to hide what was inside, but these come in and out so that I can go back and refer to them as I need to throughout the year. This is more Felicity Jane. This is my oldest daughter and my granddaughter, her niece. I think this is Echo Park. And that's my nephew. He's just adorable. And some thickers. I think these were from Vicky Boutin's pack too. Like I said, I like to use a lot of white for the background, and I do my journaling. I just draw my own lines and do my journaling. And I'm pretty sure that this is Oh Bunny or Echo Park. And my grandson got hurt. Somebody stepped back, I think it was, and Um, he leaned up against a mirror, and the mirror, like, he leaned down into it, but it didn't fall on him. It didn't break or anything. It just scared the Jesus out of him. So he was screaming until he calmed down. That's one of those stickers again. I love this font. I love these words. I love the design. This is really old basic gray. And if you're a basic gray fan like me, you know you still have some in that stash. It always feels like it's textured even when it's not. Love that about their paper. This is also old basic gray. I had a few pieces left. Like I said, I like to just journal right on there. With my T-square, I'll write some lines and be done with it. This is some Felicity Jane, and this is my youngest son, or Garthon, his favorite character. This was an Animal Kingdom, and it was just so majestic. And this is old basic gray. I also used all this up in the next few layouts. Again, this is some more basic gray. This is like one of their last lines. This is Kaisercraft. I'm not a big sequins girl. I'm not a big ribbon girl. I was before a long time ago, I won't lie. A lot of my older layouts have them, but once in a while, I'll be in the mood, and I just felt like Ariel's, you know, flipper there. I just needed some kind of texture. And then I threw some sequins on there because of course I got on the sequin background, and then bandwagon, not background. And then I have a stash of them everywhere, and I have not used them. So I figured you could see a little shine there. I threw some on to give a little shine to the page too. And then this is my last one. This is one of my favorite layouts for the year so far. This is all Felicity Jane. I just love the colors, the combination, the title, the pictures. This is my niece and my nephew at Disney, and these were just like leftover photos that we had that didn't go with any other groups. And again, white background. I just love the color combination. All Felicity Jane except the alphabet, which were both stickers, and some bling that was also from Felicity Jane, and the corners and the flowers and the tags, and it came together really quickly. And it was based off a sketch I found on Pinterest as well. I save stuff and then I can't remember who it belongs to. If this is you, I'm so sorry. Please let me know below that it was you. And that was my last layout for January. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for February 2020. Thanks.